Hi again, YouTubers. This is somewhat of a comparison, I guess is the best way to put it, of the MAC foundations that I own. These are the three MAC. Now, I do have a lot more foundations than just this, but these are my three MAC foundations. I have the Mineralized Satinfinish with an SPF 15 foundation, which is this one right here. I have the MAC Studio Fix Fluid with SPF 15 right here. It doesn't normally come with a pump on it. Normally comes with a cap like this. You can see this is my darker color. I use this one in the summertime. So this is my Studio Fix Fluid SPF 15, and this is my MAC Studio Sculpt Foundation, the newest one that just came out. Now, to give you a little bit of an idea of how the colors can differ from MAC, in the Mineralized Satinfinish, I'm an NW20. It has a lighter, dewier finish to it. It is a satin finish, which means that you have a little bit of a sheen to your skin, especially the high points that the light catches most frequently, such as your cheekbones, your brow bones above your eye type of thing, down your nose, Cupid's bow, things like that, the areas that protrude the most throughout your face. And it is a beautiful foundation. This is a light to medium coverage on me. Keep in mind, this is how I feel it is on my skin. I can still see some of my freckles through this. I can definitely see my sunspots through this. So a concealer is needed when I use this. But it is a beautiful dewy finish that just makes you look very youthful. Studio Fix Fluid, now I am an NW15 in this. In the summertime, I get as high as an NW30 to match my neck and my chest that gets more sun and regular color to it. My face, I keep completely neutral. I keep a lot of sunscreen on it. I would rather use buildable foundations and bronzers than to put get any sun on my face whatsoever. Studio Fix Fluid is a heavier coverage. Now, they say it's medium to full, but it is buildable, meaning that the more layers you put on, the more coverage you get. First layer on, I can only still see my sunspots. I cannot see any of my freckles, but if I put a little bit more on the area that has the sunspots, this makes them go away, which is pretty cool. And then when I set it with powder, I don't have to worry as much about concealer and things like that. Then you have the MAC Studio Sculpt SPF 15 foundation. Now, I am an NW20. They thought NW25 was going to be better suited for me since these supposedly run lighter, meaning if you're normally if you're normally a 20, then 20 is going to be too light for you and you should go up a shade. The NW25 was way too dark on me. Might be perfect for summertime, however, but right now it was way too dark on me. The 20 was the best match for me. The 15 was like white. It was like ivory on me. It was way too light. It was even lighter than the skin tone on my hands, which are usually much lighter than my face and things like that. The consistency on this actually is a full coverage foundation, and by that I do mean one layer, you're done. I don't need concealer unless it's under eyes or things like that. This thing covers like nothing you've ever seen. It is also a gel formula as opposed to your liquids, which are your normal foundations in a bottle like this. It is a much thicker consistency. All three of these are made for all skin types. However, I will mention to people that the Studio Sculpt does have shea butter in it, which some people are saying that they're having a reaction to, or if they have oilier skin, it is making them feel like an oil slick halfway through the day. So keep in mind, if you are interested in this, to take a look at that, or possibly get a sample from your MA, or if you get it, always remember these things are returnable. So these are the differences. Now, I am going to show you quickly the three different consistencies on my hand, just so you can see clearly what the difference is on them. And also, you can also see the color tones and the difference in these color tones on them on my skin. Oops. Oops. Okay. This is the Mineralized Skinfinish. The middle one is the Studio Fix Fluid, and this is the Studio Sculpt. Now, the two on the edges are the NW20s. You can tell they are pretty well matched. They're very close together. But the NW15 in the middle is a little bit lighter. However, the NW20 turns out the incorrect skin tone on me. If you've heard a lot of people talking about Studio Fix, is Studio Fix sometimes can have a little bit of an orangey undertone throughout the day if you don't get the right color. So I actually go with a little bit lighter of a tone on the Studio Fix fluid so it doesn't get that orange undertone to me, and I can build up the color if I want a little bit more with a bronzer. But the consistencies of these are very, very different. Let me swipe them on a little bit so you can see how the coverage differs. Oops. All right. If you see this, this is the, you know what, I should probably blend them in a little bit more so you can see if you can, like I would normally wear them, I guess, so that you can see things such as how you see my veins or things like that underneath on my hands and how they blend. And you can definitely see the difference in the colors here. It's amazing. Okay, so this is NW20 in the Mineralized Skinfinish. It is definitely darker than the NW20 in the Studio Sculpt. You can see this right here, but the lightest one still is the Studio Fix Fluid. But if you can see, you can still see through onto my veins on this. This one is definitely a fuller coverage. However, it definitely, if you look between the two here, the Studio Sculpt and the Studio Fix is definitely more of a drying formula than the Studio Sculpt, which has the gel formula. It's very, very soft. So that is my comparison of the three foundations that I own by MAC. I do have the airbrush one for my airbrush machine, but that's with that stuff. I tried the Face and Body once years ago, a couple years ago. Just didn't work what I used it for, so I never kept it. But those are my three foundations. Again, the Mineralized Skinfinish, Satinfinish, I'm sorry, I do say that incorrectly a couple times. The Mineralized Satinfinish with SPF 15, the MAC Studio Fix Fluid with SPF 15, and the MAC Studio Sculpt Foundation with SPF 15. These are my three. So if you'd like any additional information on any of these, please put a comment below, and don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks so much, guys, and have a great day. Bye.